Good morning, students. Myself, Dr. Waghire, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, Maharaja Jivajirao Shinde Mahavidyalaya, Srigoda. My subject is Plant Physiology. Last video we have studied about the syllabus. In this credit system, there are two credits. In credit first, we have some introductory part about the physiology. In credit second, the detailed structure and importance of the physiology is there. In that credit first, today we are going to learn chapter first, that is Introduction to Plant Physiology. In that plant physiology, we know that plant provide food, supply oxygen for breathing, provides fiber for diverse purposes, and wood for housing and shelter. Plant is a source of medicine. We know that we can prepare different types of rubber. We can get different types of spices. We can prepare beverages also from these plants. And due to this, we need to understand the basic information of plant life, fundamental processes in growth and development of the plant, so that plant improvements may be done. Therefore, physiology has particular mission of understanding plant life, structure and associated functions. Thus, it is of fundamental significance to understand plant life, its structures with some special functions, and therefore plant physiology is concerned with different aspects of the life. The first aspect is the mechanism of the plant metabolism, which is the main mechanism of this metabolism of the plant. Then, which are the different interactions of plants with their surroundings, and why does plant flower at certain periods in the life cycle? Some flower, in some plants flowering takes place as early as possible, but in some plants the flowering takes place later on or so late. Then how do the plants prepare their own food? What is the main source? How they prepare their own food with the help of different pigments? Then such and many other problems about the plant life may be understood by plant physiological studies. Therefore, plant physiological studies play a very vital role or vital activities to the right from imbibitions of seed during their germination to the development of full-fledged plant. Therefore, study of plant physiology plays very vital role in the plant sciences. Then, what is the actual definition of plant physiology? We know that the first definition, there are different scientists or different physiologists, they have defined physiology different way. The first definition is that it is a branch of plant science. It is a branch of plant science in which various life processes and metabolic activities of plants are studied in detail. Then another definition of plant physiology is that it is a discipline of botany physiology is a discipline of botany where the structure of the cell, how cell is there, is it unicellular, is it multicellular, the structure of the cell, then tissue, which type of tissue is there, the structure of the cell, tissues and organs, which are different organs are there, how roots are there, how leaves are there, how stems are there, and associated processes and how they are processed, how they are interact with each other, different organs. We know that there are different organs in the plant and they are interacting with each other, and the different associated process and functions are studied in plant physiology. Therefore, the plant physiology is a discipline of botany where the structure of the cell, tissues and organs and associated process and functions are studied. And third, very important definition of the plant physiology is that it is the science which deals with the functions of cells, tissues, organs or the plant as a whole. Means this is structure or study of the structure, functions or one of the part or as a whole plant. Then what is the scope and applications of plant physiology? We know that 5 we are going to learn about the plant physiology. What is the scope of plant physiology in our subject in plant sciences? Then what is the different applications of plant physiology? We are a student of science, we are a student of botany, therefore we can know the scope and applications of plant physiology. Then it is a great scope as mentioned below. There are different points which is showing the applications and scope of the plant physiology. The first scope or the first importance or first application is that the vital function of life regularly going inside the plant body. We know that there are different functions, they are regularly going inside the body, are coordinated by the development of plant tissue. The plant tissue, they are developed always and always. The organs become large and large, and the complex arrangement of tissue and functions of the tissue may be understood well, and therefore how tissue is there, how organs are developed, we should be understood very well. And therefore plant physiology has a great scope in understanding the internal morphology of the plant, and we know that that is called anatomy. Anatomy is nothing but a internal structure of the plant, and we can know the internal structure of the plant with the help of the study of the plant physiology. Then another point is that it has a close relationship with other sciences. Means there is an interdisciplinary science. When we know the study of plant physiology, we can know the study of some chemistry, that is called an interdisciplinary science, especially physics. We can know the concept of the physics also for the study of physiology and chemistry also. That new light has regularly been thrown on physiology. Means for the study of physiology, there should be knowledge of physics and knowledge of chemistry also. Example, we can take one example of that water and salt absorption can be elaborated and understood well by clear understanding of physical phenomenon like osmosis. Means the water and salt absorption, there are some concept of physics, how osmosis takes place, how root pressure takes place, how roots are absorb water from the salt, from the soil, how that water are sent to the apex of the plant. There is some physical phenomenon, the cohesive force of water and pool due to evaporation. How evaporation takes place, that is also important point of this study. Then another third point is that to understand plant physiology, the science of chemistry contributed a lot about chemistry of the plant materials. Which chemicals are there present in the plants? Which type of chemicals are there? Which type of chemicals are present in leaf? Which type of chemicals are present in stem? Which type of chemicals are present in fruits? That is a very important point, and therefore chemistry also contributed a lot of about the plant materials and the mysteries of physiological functions of life explained well after the discovery of plant pigments. That there is a different plant pigments. We know that, and due to that, the different enzymes, synthesis of organic compounds, and simpler food elements. Then, plant physiology has scope in understanding chemistry of plant life. That is very important because in the plants we extract different chemicals and medicinal properties are useful for the human life. And fourth, another point about the scope, that is cell biology takes into account study of structural details of cell wall, then cell membranes, then mitochondria, means there are different cell organelles, that is a mitochondria, chloroplast, endoplasmic reticulum, nucleus, ribosomes and protoplasm, that are different cell organelles that are present in the plants, and these structures and their special functions are very correlated, which is a part of plant physiology. And for this, for understanding cell biology well, plant physiological explanation has a great scope. Then the study of physical and chemical properties of protoplasm has sort of a great extent in the complexity of the functions, means how protoplasm is there and how on the basis of their structure we can know very well the structure or the study of plant physiology. Then it is a very center of both pure and applied botany, means in pure botany and in applied botany the plant physiology plays very vital role, and it is also known as a center of both pure and applied botany, and it provides an essential link between the biochemical and ecological aspect of the subject. Then by proper understanding of physiological processes, other subjects like biochemistry, morphology, pathology, genetics and ecology may be documented well. Therefore, the another point is plant physiology plays important role in expressing ideas of genetics and ecology. What is genetics? Study of hereditary characteristic features. Therefore, physiology also plays very vital role when we are going to study about the genetics. And ecology, where the plant grows, how habit is there, what is the habitat, means ecological conditions of particular plants, and therefore the plant physiology plays important role in expressing ideas of genetics and ecological factors. Then this science has scope in understanding inheritance, that is genetics, how the characters are transferred from parents to their offsprings, what is the role, how they transfer, which characters are transferred, that is the inheritance. Then gene actions, we know that gene plays very vital role, they are inherited, and the actions and interactions of that genes also plays very vital role in next generations, and ecological factors also affect on that genes. Therefore, genetics, ecological characteristic features and inheritance study plays very vital role in this plant physiology. Then this science has scope in understanding another environmental triad called environmental physiology, means the physiological factors related to environment, that is called environmental physiology. Then ecology is one of the important discipline which deals with the study of interrelationship of organisms. Means interrelationship means there are two plants, the pollen grains, they are transferred from one plant to another plant. Then there is a germination of the pollen, that is also interactions. That type of interactions or interrelationship between two plants or the organisms and the environment occupies a significant place in the field of physiology. Then another important part, another point is that it is related with morphology, systematics and anatomy. Means for the study of taxonomy, plant physiology plays very vital role. That is systematics. What is systematics? Classification, identification and nomenclature. The study of that, all these factors that are played very vital role in physiology also. It has a great scope in interpretations of form of the plant. Which type of plant is there? Then certain plant parts in terms of functions, which is their functions, and how to solve certain taxonomic problems. We can solve the taxonomic problems with the help of these physiological characteristic features. Then plant physiology has scope in molecular biology also. We know that. What is molecular biology? Study of living thing at cellular level, at molecular level. That is called molecular biology. Tissue culture to understand exact physiological phenomena of growth and development. Then without understanding exact physiology of plant, cells, tissues and organs, no tissue culture work is possible. If we want to do the tissue culture, then we can know each and every part of the plants. Which part of the plant should be used for the culture? We prepare or we use the apical part of the stem, axial part of the stem. Means this, there are some organ or tissues we have a capacity, which have a capacity to divide, and we use that part for the tissue culture. Means for the study of tissue culture, we know the physiological structure or the plant physiology also. Then plant physiology has scope in training of all applied plant biologists. Means each and every biologist required training for the training of the plant physiology. Then agriculturists also required for the training. Then horticulturists also required training. What is horticulturist? They are always going to try to develop a new plants, hybridization method. Then by vegetative method, who are concerned with problem of practical, they have also always problem with the practical due to some physiological factors. Then economic and commercial importance. In this way, there are different aspects or different scope of plant physiology. In the next video, we will study about the another part of our syllabus. Thank you. 17 मिनट 17 मिनट